Hello everyone, my name is Riley and this is the RDW Glass YouTube channel. Be sure to check out the RDW Glass Instagram as well as the RDW Glass website. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Today we're going to be doing a tool talk. I haven't done a tool talk in a while, so I wanted to make sure that I continue to do these to teach you guys the tools that you'll need for glass blowing and what they do. Today we're going to be going over a brass reamer. Now, the brass reamer can be very important in glass blowing. Now, I'm going to tell you 3 things about the brass reamer, and then we're going to get into using it and talking about how we use it while we use it. Now, the first thing I want to tell you is the price. They're a little pricey because it's $45 for this one tool. So, $45 and you can get yourself a brass reamer. The second thing I want to tell you is they last forever. Now, remember that this is metal and brass is metal. So if you have a metal tool, you can hit it on something and it's not going to break. That's the cool thing about having a metal tool. Alright? And now the third thing I want to tell you is a con. Now the con to using metal in glass is that it can leave marks. So remember that this tool can leave marks on your glass. Most of the time, the marks that metal leave on glass can be burnt off. And you just do that by getting your torch like kind of really hot and get that glass really hot, and just kind of burns the somewhat of a fume that glass leaves, or like stress marks and like cool marks, because you got to think that metal, you know, it takes a minute for it to get hot. So if your glass is super hot and you push this down in there, it's not the best. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to tell you before we got into the usage of it. Now I'm going to flip the camera around, that way we can go over the usage of it. The other tools I've went over so far, just in case you haven't seen the other tool videos, are a bowl push, the marble mold, the claw grabbers, and the titanium pen and the diamond shears. Yeah. So if you haven't seen all of those videos, definitely check that out. Alright. Let's get the ventilation going. You already know, safety first. If you're glass blowing, make sure you got ventilation. Our camera here, let's raise it up. So, here for a second, put these to the side. So, how we're going to use this is, I'm going to show you how I use it. I use it to flare out. I use it to flare tubing out. So we have some tubing here. I'm just going to flare this tubing out while talking about what that means. Glasses. Always wear glasses if you're glass blowing. You do not need to burn your retinas trying to create art. Got this cool clipper. Clipper lighters are awesome because you can refill them. I've had this for years now. It's new to the channel. Most of the time I've been lighting up with these, but now you get to see this one. Alright. So, let's just see these things. So remember, you can't just get can't just get glass immediately hot. You need to work your way into it or it will just shatter. Let's see, we got our dish of water here. Just in case you're new to the channel, the point of the dish of water is the water is cold, and if we take hot glass and take the stuff we don't need off of the end, see this jumble up here? All gone. See, so that's very useful. Alright, just gonna pop a hole in this. And the reason that I pop the hole in the flame is because if you blow air into glass, what does it do? It bubbles up. So if you have glass that's bubbly and you just keep blowing it, it'll pop. And then you have like a bubble popping of glass. So you just have like thin glass going everywhere. Very dangerous. Alright, let's get a nice zooming in on this. Get some focus here. Super hot. Alright. So we got this hole that's not really open or round. So what we want to do is make it round. And how we're going to do that is we're going to take our reamer. I put mine right at the edge, and I don't really move this around much. My friend KJ, who goes by Happy Medium Glass on Instagram, I used to kind of like do one of these to get it open, but he was like, just let that bad boy sit there and roll it in. Look at that. Now we have this flared open, and you know, now we can start like a blowout, or we can start, you know, just a coil pop for anything, or attach this to something else that we may need. Let's just put that to the side. And in case you didn't catch like exactly what I did, you see we have this tube that's slightly, or that is open. Dang, it does not want to focus on that tube. Alright, and what we want to do is just get this flared open a little bit, right? So we'll take it, even, and let's do this one here. Yeah, that's better. Alright. Well, so much for flaring it out a little bit. I got to flare it out a lot. Let's see the true extent of it. So that is the point of having one of these. It's so you can get something that looks like this and turn it into this. So I'm sure that in your mind, as an artist, you're already getting ideas rolling around in your head of how you can utilize something like this in the glass. You know, that could be like a cool mouthpiece, you know? You have nice thicker glass. You got a cool mouthpiece for a rig right there. So, remember that this brass tool is used to flare things out. That's what I use it for. Alright. What's the pro? It lasts forever. Let's turn this over. Alright. Say it one more time. What's the pro of this? In my mind, it lasts forever. That's a big pro. What's the con? It leaves marks. But you can see here, we don't have any marks that got left. So, even though that's something that does occur, and you will hear that in the community, the glass community, you'll hear that it can leave marks because it is a metal. So, luckily, we didn't have any marks get shown. So, that also has to do with dipping this piece in beeswax. See, we have this jumblement of beeswax right here. And every so often, I roll this tool in that, and it keeps it nice and keeps a coat of just nice beeswax that helps it glide around the glass. What's the other con? In my mind, this is kind of a con, is that it's $45. It's a little expensive, but it's okay, you know? It's not that bad, I guess. Alright, let's put it on the chair. Well, I hope you guys learned something about the graphite tool. graphite. Hope you guys learned something about the brass tool today, the brass reamer, and just utilizing brass in glass in general, because the temperature talks and the marks that we talked about, as well as the fact that it lasts forever, that applies to all brass tools. So remember that if you're interested in brass tools, I hope this video helped you. Alright. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I was glad to do this tool talk with you. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Remember that I do new videos every Tuesday, so be sure to keep tuning in. And we got over 50 videos now, so if you haven't seen 50 RDW glass videos, be sure to check out those. Now, the other thing I'm going to show you real quick is my support board, because I have that shown almost every single video. Thank you for your support. See, this right here is the website that I talked about in the first part of the video, and this is my Instagram that I spoke on. Be sure to check both of those out if you can. And just like every other YouTuber says, please subscribe and like the video. Hit the like button, you know? Because if you're interested in glass blowing content, I post a video every single Tuesday, every single week. So if you subscribe, you're going to be seeing some new content every single week. Alright. Happy melting. Stay safe, everyone. Peace.